signs say no.
We're the only badass novel bitches around.
Oh, there we go.
If I'm good to go.
Then, when the music is broken off,
Yeah, you're supposed to like. There you go.
I'm so excited for this!
Flower bookmarks. These are so pretty.
we all got different designs. Mine is bamboo with like a
Oh my god, that was an exciting adventure.
We've got her with us tonight. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you so much.
Bye.
Hey, bitches.
Wow. You guys missed all the beforehand shenanigans.
You couldn't hear me. I had to look and see if it was muted.
This chick.
More happened?
Sorry. I was singing to the intro.
Oh, the whole time.
I'm glad.
Right in her ear, she's shouting the whole time. And
I'm
then
glad you're with her.
We go live. She's all besties. What the hell? And so of course I started week 1 testies. She's stupid. Oh my
Wow.
God. Yeah, okay. That's what we're gonna be nicknaming testaments, testes. So welcome ladies. I see we've got Ashley, Jessica, Vanessa.
That's my bit.
Ashley sings along with you. That's great. I always dance. I just don't sing like that. Anyway, welcome, bitches. Welcome, welcome. We are here for week 1 of our new book for July, The Testament by Margaret Atwood. Bitches, where are your books at?
You're not dangly do.
Where are your books at? Oh my God.
I see Ashley's wearing her shirt from before.
Ashley is wearing her Of Curtis shirt that Desiree made for the Handmaids box. I forgot mine.
Mine's washed somewhere. Hey,
Right.
Dominique, Ashley was the first person on.
Yes. So first off, sorry about my voice. But yes, Ashley, you win this keychain.
Let's see it.
Gilead keychain.
Oh my God.
It's so fun.
So cute. What does it say?
We've been sent good weather.
I love it.
There you
That
go.
is so fun. I love that.
That will be coming to you.
And whose house key are you going to be putting on that?
I'll send it with Desiree's so you guys can sing together.
Da 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 da.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
exactly what it sounds like too.
It's like being stuck in a bad elevator.
I don't know about you guys, but our views just went up when I started.
Look, I think she speaks for us all.
Oh my God, look at her face right now.
Well, be next. Be first on. Try to beat Ashley. She's
I want it. Yeah, y'all got to learn to beat Ashley. She is like,
She's the girl to beat.
She's girl beat. She's gonna have all the bookmarks, all the keychains.
She's about to say fuck y'all.
Okay. She wants that keychain so bad.
well.
So bad you're gonna show up first next time? We'll see. But it may not be. Oh, Jessica, she's like, I tried.
Somebody needs to go over and like cut Ashley's like internet or something.
Right?
Oh my God, she's just gonna move to ostrich land.
The keychain.
Oh, I'll move the ostrich land ones, my spare keys. Well, there you go. And I was missing
Hello.
these.
You don't need undies to join
She's
on.
like, in case they invited me to hop on the live, I wanted to make sure that
Look,
My
I'm
bitch.
sure Ashley logs on commando all the time.
That's why she gets on quick.
Yeah.
She's all excuse me, quit
Not
it.
wasting her time with undies.
Cover.
she just turns. Yeah. Why waste time? She said, fuck undies. I don't need that. Sorry, lady.
Similarly, I say fuck shoes.
That Dane Cook skit was the best.
I always go back to that.
To this day. All right,
This
ladies.
Shoes.
So we read chapters 1 through 17 this week. I feel like they went by a little faster than when we originally read Handmaids together. But maybe it's because like we already read that, and so we're kind of like hopping back in. I don't know. That was very slow start last time, but this one not so much. This was like right into it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a whole different way of writing too. I feel like it's a whole different feel to me.
Well, remember, this is many years later. Like she wrote that in the 80s, and this one she only wrote like a few years ago.
34 years later.
Yeah, 34 years. So
Yeah.
quite different, but I'm liking it so far. I don't know how many of you remember like where we left off in Handmaids. Does anyone have like a really good description of where we finished Handmaids? Because I do know
Where's
we
Rebecca?
ended Handmaids with her finally
The Mayday. Right?
Mayday came, yeah, and she, Nick told her to go with them and that she would be fine, and that was it. She took off and she got in the car with the eyes or whatever, and that was pretty much how it ended, right? She was pregnant. So this is many years later, and what, around 15? Is this like
15 years from
or 15 or less, right? I'm a little confused as to like how many years ahead we are. It seemed in the beginning Aunt Lydia was talking about it, and it was somewhere around like 5. So maybe we'll get further along.
Right. Well, because when you're reading with the girls, like they start off young and now they're older, so I think that's the time frame. How like the girls were like really young, the 2 girls, and now the one's like getting older.
Right.
The other one, like, yeah. Right?
I mean, the girls are older in the story.
No, like from the beginning, from when we first met them to like at the end.
Yeah, no, I mean they are older in the story. Like when they
Yeah.
start off in the beginning, the girls are younger, and then we pop forward to a few more years later.
Right.
I don't know if the 2 girls' stories are actually happening alongside each other. I'm a little unsure of that.
Let me answer her really fast. Ashley, this is not a prequel. This is after Handmaids. And like they're trying to figure out how far after Handmaids ends does this book start?
Like, could one of the girls be
15 years?
what of? I can't even think of her name from Handmaids.
A Fred?
A Fred.
We'll find out.
Could it be? You think one of the girls could be a Fred's baby?
A baby? Or her original daughter that was stolen?
Yeah.
Remember her daughter Hannah?
Right. That's what I was trying to. I don't know if they're tying her into this at all or not, but I was like wondering, is that her kid?
I had a feeling because we don't know what happened with Hannah. It's just that, at the end of the story, she's still with the other family that she had been kidnapped and given to.
At one point they're like, well, that it was her mom. Like there's that like little comment because of who. Well, you remember who her mother was or something like that. Did you guys see that part?
Wait, say it again.
One of like the aunt or one of the Marthas was like, well, you know who her mother was.
Yeah, the what is her name? Agnes's mom, you're saying.
One of her Marthas is the one that said exactly what she's saying. Like, you know who her mother was. And that was wasn't that when they were talking in this story? Wasn't that when they were talking
that
about
was before she realized her mom wasn't her mom.
Yeah, when they were talking about that.
Oh, I never even thought about that. Obviously, we know in The Handmaid's Tale, they are running off. And then in the show.
Yeah.
So that's what reminded me of it when you said it. So maybe that Agnes is Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, I think
Nice
that our
catch.
collective, that's what we were. I have that all in here too. Like my major questions are: who is Hannah? Who is Agnes and who is Daisy? So are Agnes and Daisy going to be Hannah and Nicole?
Do we have any questions from anybody, or we're just gonna go dive in right now?
Right.
Well, I know who Daisy is.
Right.
Yeah.
She's the one in Canada whose parents have been exploded.
Yeah.
Baby Nicole.
But that's what's confusing to me is I don't think that they were her parents that birthed her. Didn't
Who?
Martha's?
No, they aren't.
They're not.
Melanie and Neil are her.
They're Mayday people.
They're Mayday.
They saved her. She's baby Nicole.
Yeah.
Well, no, but June got away.
No. So at the end of the book, when we were reading, it ended with June. June was pregnant, or of Fred.
I want people chime in.
And she got away with Mayday. That was literally where it ended. We don't know what happened at that point. So from there, it's now what happened to June, what happened to baby Nicole, what happened to Hannah. And so right now we're being dropped in where it's many years later. We don't know how many years later yet. There are, there's a lot of confusion about like, who's parents? Are these my parents? Daisy thought that Melanie and Neil were her parents, and they turned out not to be.
Well, but she also always wondered why there were no pictures of her as a baby and this and that.
The camera. And it's in the camera. The camera that got stolen.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's
like,
something a lot more important in that camera.
The only thing that throws me is because I know in watching the TV show that they collaborated with Atwood to make sure that their timeline and the details kind of within still ran along the same timeline of like the Testament, so they didn't fuck anything up as far as details. So that's what throws me, because obviously we know that Nicole is with Luke in Canada.
That's from the show. So
yeah, don't talk about. I haven't been watching the show. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just sticking to the book right now. We don't know where Hannah or Nicole are. We don't know where June is. We don't know what happened to pretty much anybody. And when we hop into this, there's Daisy, and we find out in the first 17 chapters that her parents, Melanie and Neil, who you guys mentioned already, have basically been blown up, and we find out that they're not her parents. She finds out that they're not her parents. And then same thing with Agnes, who finds out that, again, these stories that her mother told her were actually just like kind of memories of how she came into the family, and they're not her parents. And so we have yet to find out, but I think there's a good collective thought here where it's very possible that the timelines in this story are actually jumping.
Yeah.
Maybe we're with Daisy many years further down the road. Maybe we're
like jumping. I see, like
only a few years down the road.
Well, even when you're reading like Aunt Lydia's stuff, a lot of her stuff is showing like foreseen of kind of what is going to happen based on something that happened in the past, and so that kind of throws you back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what she has to do.
And then the dreams kind of trip me out.
What dreams?
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
You didn't have a dream yet?
Read another chapter.
Oh my God.
So she might be in the next.
You just got caught.
Might be, but
damn, right?
Are you? We're all whose dreams what?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you who or like detail, but basically it's like foreshadowing dreams, and the dreams turn to like reality. It's a trip. It's just really weird how it plays out.
Now I want to know.
Yeah, I read. Interesting. So, I guess we can maybe kind of, from the information we had from the last book and what we're getting only from this book, not from anyone who's seen the show, because we all have a little more information for those who've seen the show. And I think that so far it's probably going to be going along the same time. They are for sure skipping this little portion that we're reading. They didn't put any of this in the show yet. So that's kind of fun. We're getting almost like a little piece where Margaret Atwood maybe said, I'm gonna fill in some gaps where the show maybe left out, and that's kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know for sure.
Well, yeah, the show, the way that it's run, Nicole is like maybe a year old.
Yeah. So in the show, the baby is only like a year, and if it turns out that Daisy is baby Nicole, she's what? What did they say she was in the stage? Like she's 16 or? Oh no, that was Agnes a little further out. No, I took a note. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, she's still in school.
Yeah, they're both still in school.
Yeah, so she's got to be a teenager.
Well, and Hannah would have been
I
like
agree.
8 years older
So
because they took her 5.
Mhm. And in this story, she is only just starting her like puberty, where like girls are getting their periods and she hasn't yet.
Wait.
So it has to be. I mean, she could be somewhere around what? Let's say 12. Is probably
Yeah,
a good.
well, the one
Wait,
girl
so
was
is
like
she
what,
in the show?
13 when they
At-
deemed her.
She's in the show, you're saying, Agnes?
I think this is at least 15 years after the show. So yeah, but it could be like filling in gaps as well.
Agnes, we don't know. We think Agnes is Hannah, which is June and Luke's daughter before
Yeah.
the
Okay.
bullshit started.
Yeah.
So then when she was technically taken, I think Hannah was 5. At that point, it was like 3 years later. So she had to have been 8.
Yep, it says I took a note that said that like right in the beginning where we're at, we're only 3 years later. So from where Handmaid's ends and where this book starts, we're 3 years into the future, and that's it. So now
From the beginning of the book, but then now we're moving further in.
further along, and Agnes is now beginning her puberty, and her girlfriends are all getting their periods. So we could guesstimate that she's around 12.
So-
I mean, another 4 years later, maybe.
Daisy's 16.
And that's what
She has her 16th birthday.
So
So she goes to school that day.
Was her 16th? Okay.
And then there's no way for it's either crossing timelines like you guys are saying, or the people we think they are not the people they are. And they're just random ass
it's
characters.
possible that Agnes is Hannah, and then maybe Daisy is not Nicole. But I would imagine, it's also, what if we're just jumping into Daisy?
Yeah, probably.
Like maybe another decade into the future, like an extra 10 years.
Right. I mean, I just, because it was beginning of chapter 9 where I was like, she's Nicole. That's who she is.
Right? Or you're just like reading it and you're like, this has to be that baby. But it'll make me want to drink.
We did the same shit. Were you with us for October?
Girl, drink your tea. You got to drink some of that jade tea.
If you were with us for October, you would have felt the exact same way with all the bullshit we were coming up with.
Oh.
Happening.
Oh my God, that was the worst. That one effed our mind.
Or Haunting of Hill House. There we go.
Well,
that one was straight up.
Oh.
What all we did was play What If, and it was literally nothing we guessed.
We made up so many stories.
We made it so complicated. I'll tell you though, the thoughts that we had, we could have wrote our own damn book.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my, and it was so simple. So simple.
We need to go back in all of these lives and figure out what we thought for each book, like what could be happening or going on, and literally put it into one book.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just take like all of our what ifs.
We'll use
podge of stories.
All of our people in our group that jump on our lives and us, we'll throw us all in these characters and twist that shit up.
A Novel Bitches book written by our book club.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Like Scrabble.
The Bitches short stories.
So Jessica agrees here that we are jumping timelines. I think that would be probably our best guess. I can't wait to find out. Too. I'm very excited.
Well, I haven't watched the show at all. So for me, but for me, I'm saying I think I come at it in a different perspective because I don't have the show kind of already giving me a heads up and then confusing me on maybe how things are happening.
Yeah.
So for me, maybe it makes it makes sense differently. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. Not everyone read Handmaids that is currently reading Testament. So it's going to be like a totally different story for
Yeah.
them as well.
Yeah, and reading it, I feel like you don't need necessarily to have read Handmaids to read this one. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like
No.
having it be such a big gap in between reading the first book, you know, obviously you don't remember every detail, but it doesn't feel like, wait, I have to go back and reference to start on this one.
Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like, you remember when we were reading Handmaids and I was like, I just don't get it. Like, I was very confused for like the first, half maybe of Handmaids until I really started getting into like the characters and like the stories. And then it made a lot more sense and I got like super into it. So Rebecca is kind of mentioning things that yet to have happen. Because these are from the show and not the book previous.
Shit, did she not do that in the book?
Not yet. Mayday literally ends, or like the book ends at the beginning of. Honestly, I think that like the first episode of The Handmaid's Tale is where the book ends.
Oh, so Rebecca in the book, June never did this, but
No,
that
in this
would
book
be
they refer
really
to.
good if it was.
In this book, they kind of refer a little bit to her and a few of the things that she's done and how baby Nicole did get to Canada. We don't know how yet. So, right? We don't know how yet from what we're reading, right? I don't remember.
Vanessa, this is genius.
What?
She said to write some short stories to fund the retreats.
Oh shit, right? If our retreats were like totally free because we could like write this major ass story that would be ridiculous. Oh man, that'd be bomb. Book club's gone wild.
Oh, we have an editor, right?
We have an editor.
We know too.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Vanessa and Kayla.
Right.
Well, we know a lot of authors too to help with publishing.
Right. Adriana, there's an emergency alert behind you.
Oh my God, something's going on in the Gilead. Hold on.
Is that what that is? Did
Was
you
that perfect? Yeah.
Oh
look,
no.
they're
Who's
coming
been
with the van.
abducted?
They're
Moving
coming with the
forward.
van. Oh my God. Imagine if that was like the alert.
Fuck.
That's funny.
That would have been.
We'll go in.
I thought maybe you'd set it up. There's a computer out of sight.
No, I'm not that tech savvy. You know that.
Well, maybe Sean helped you.
Nope. But that worked out perfect.
Pull up like the Facebooks. Questions.
What?
Yeah, I have them right here.
What are we talking about?
The
Our
questions people wrote.
Topics
I didn't
from
do it.
Facebook. Hold on. Let me just pop that up really fast.
Oh yeah. I was looking at them. Wait, Tasha has the
Look.
meat of it all.
Live on Book Club, we begin Gilead. Could you imagine?
It's an Amber Alert in Riverside.
Okay.
For one of
Oh, it's a real thing.
Daisy. Where's that bitch?
Is
Oh, shit.
Baby Nicole?
Baby Nicole got taken.
Lord. That is wild that popped up right now behind you.
Right?
Like while your like screensaver shit was on.
Yeah, not planned. God bless whoever.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my goodness.
under his eye.
Under his eye we are.
I'm surprised their phones haven't gone off yet.
Right?
Right, yeah.
Mine might not, only because I am not in Southern California today. Y'all know I am up visiting Desiree in Vaca.
It's Vaca.
I love it. I
We're in
have
Calville, y'all.
Oh.
in Vacaville, California.
Jesus.
So
We haven't read Parable of the Sower.
no, we have not read that.
So we can't compare it.
We cannot. Yes, you could pop it up because she just did. We could not compare. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of our book club gals who do a lot more reading than we
I just
had
got
over
one.
the years
From FEMA.
have read it, but Y'all, how would it compare?
If anybody knows.
If anybody knows, do tell. She said we'd all be messed up, right? Like, what the fuck? You know what I would know right now? I would not be a handmaid.
I would be.
I would not be allowed to be a handmaid. I have no proof I can have kids. That's fine.
Would you be an Aunt or a Martha? Wait.
I'd probably be right. See, you're like,
You would.
what you got? What
You'd
got?
be a Martha
I would probably be a Martha.
because you can cook.
And I can clean, and I can do shopping, and I can like take care of a household, you know.
And actually, you have a uterus, so
And
they would
help
try.
with the kids. They would try.
Jezebel.
They would try because I do have a uterus. That's true. Or a Jezebel. I forgot I could be one of those.
Ashley, you'd get off easy at Jezebel's.
Oh, Martha.
But they looked like they seemed miserable though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ashley, but you got kids. Like,
No offense taken. I have a uterus. But also, Christina, so would you. And Dominique and Anna, and we all have our uteruses. So they would try.
She said, nah, being a Kana wife.
Dumb. Nope, because you had a baby out of wedlock. Nice try.
Well, she would have changed it in this scenario.
What?
She would have changed it in the scenario.
Wait a second.
The scenario's already happened.
You had your tubes tied? That
I also had a baby out of wedlock.
Wait, it doesn't mean your uterus doesn't work, though.
They would untie those tubes.
Fixed.
Oh, hysterectomy? Yep.
Okay, well, Vanessa and I are likely in the same pot here, bitch. What are we going to do together? We're going to be like bestie Marthas. That'd be cool. We can like work in the same household, raise a kid.
See, Christina will go to school together. Me and you and Tosh and Anna and Dominique. So they can break us.
They won't break us.
Nah, we'd be laughing together the whole time.
Yeah, that's when like you'd be like smacked.
Oh my God, Adriana, behind you right now. Are you going to keep changing it once in a while? I'll just wait.
I can.
She's got him like all set up. Oh my God. And I'm a sassy bitch. I'd be at the colonies.
Oh, you missed out, Christina. We all have shirts that Desiree made.
Mm-hmm.
I have an Of Houston shirt. Houston loves it. It's ridiculous.
So this chick and I are gonna. We're in it together.
Casey from now on.
I'll be called Casey. She's gonna need a shirt like we all got last year.
My mouth would sew my mouth closed, like in Hocus Pocus, and like stuff it and like,
or like
and then
on
mask up.
They literally did that on the TV show.
No, I know.
Of Handmaid's Tale.
Well, they did. I think they did it in the book too.
Ring women's mouths closed and then make them wear a mask.
Do you think they're gonna touch what confuses me?
Huh?
What confuses me with the book though is like why everything seems so normal in Canada. Like, do they not have birthing issues in Canada?
I'm sure that they do. They just don't think that it is God punishing them. So they need to uproot literally the whole world to try to correct the issue. And then all of the men get to go to Jezzy's.
But like, I mean, the school, like the amount of kids, it seems like there's so many kids where
Daisy
right. is. Thank you.
Right.
Sorry. Like the schools, you know, and everything seems normal. Like
y'all know this is true. Desiree would get silenced. For sure. Everybody knows it. Or cut the tongue out. See?
Oh man, that's rough.
God.
It's really funny that you all know.
Everybody
that
knows that it would be
trouble.
Desiree. How funny is that? All right. So we do have a couple of comments that we'll just like jump into here. And then we can go off the cuff. Ashley first mentioned the part where Agnes went to the dentist.
Yeah.
She just said, oh, the dentist part, that poor girl having to live with that. My response was, the worst part was that it seems as if everyone already knows about it and they just shrug it off. If her stepmom knew and sent her on purpose.
I think she did.
And
Yeah.
then her Martha tries to comfort her, but also seeming to know as well. Like, how is it that this is just something that's like allowed? Is this how they like bring up girls? Like, they need to know how to behave a certain way, so we're going to allow them to go to the dentist and just learn in like the most innocent way possible.
Well, she said why it was allowed because he's a dentist. They don't want they can't get rid of him because he's the best dentist.
Right.
Well,
So he's getting away with it.
I
Right.
think
Yeah.
it's to prep them for the marriage coming up too.
Girl, that's what I'm thinking.
It's
Yeah,
him.
I'm more morbid than
I
you.
don't-
That's not
I
what
don't
I'm
think he's
thinking.
I don't think he's prepping. I think he's just taking advantage of the situation.
Well, but he even made a comment to her like, "You're gonna feel one of these soon enough."
Well, yeah, that's just his
Don't
way
you call that out?
that's his
because-
way of getting
But I'm
away with.
saying, I think they justify it by
Oh,
kind of giving them a preview of what to come and maybe how to, so
Right.
it's not all so new for when they go with the
I-
person that they marry.
I think
It's
he's
pervy
just
then.
I think he's just taking advantage of the situation, knowing that he's a dentist and they're not going to get rid of him.
Well,
Well, I mean,
yes and no, but remember,
yes
in
and
the
no.
first one, they had
Oh, the one.
tried to impregnate, right?
No, I
Because
thought that was just
they're-
him. I thought he was just doing that for.
That was
Well,
like
they
their
knew.
gyno. Mhm.
Yeah.
Who would like ask
Oh, they
them,
knew,
you don't
but
get pregnant, you know what's going to happen. I can help you out.
Right.
And so I guarantee some of these girls probably said, yeah, plenty of times.
oh
Right.
yeah, because they wanted to.
And they knew, like the wives knew. They're like, fuck it, go see the gyno. He's going to help you get knocked out.
Well, yeah, because the wives were like, I want a baby. Like it's probably my guy it's his fault, but can't
my
say
God,
that.
yeah, it was so gross.
See, I'm thinking about this more morbid because her stepmom fucking hates her.
Oh, yeah.
They don't see
That was my
her
comment
as
too.
the daughter. So what if it's more along the lines of is that she's trying to taint her in a sense to make her unclean
Yeah.
to where they get her out of the house, she becomes a handmaid because she has a uterus as soon as she starts bleeding, and then the stepmom gets what she wants, and then
So
Yeah, it's
here's
fucked, literally.
Ashley literally commented that. So, and I'm sure it's
Oh.
going to pop up.
Ashley
She said,
said
I
it.
feel like she's going to end up pregnant and a handmaid or something because now she's no longer pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who goes on to say, I hate the stepmother. How can you be so nasty to a child? The fact that the aunts don't do anything about it and make the girls out to be liars is horrible.
Well,
They
how
need
can
someone on their side.
she be so nasty? Because that's the world that they've made.
Yeah.
It is. And they justify their behavior.
behind
They-
the Bible.
Yeah, behind the Bible.
I don't even think they use that anymore. They've like cut that out.
No, they
Well, that
do.
was their
That's
reasoning
when they
for starting it.
mention- Well, that's when they mention the stories about the concubine in the Bible. They specifically bring that up.
Well, but that's why they don't allow them to read it because they're only picking and choosing little portions,
Little tiny portions that help, fuel what they
Yeah.
want.
and they don't want them to read the whole thing.
Yeah, they use religion improperly.
Yeah.
Exactly for their cause. Yeah, I agree. But it was interesting how, she's told like the story about the concubines and how I have a funny quote. Hold on, not funny. I mean, none of this is, but hold on. Let me make sure that I
Mhm.
find it because I just want to I did mention something specific about
Y'all,
this,
she took pages of notes.
like 4.
Oh, like at the end, how like they turn it around to be like, but she was saving him or whatever.
Oh my God, yeah, right? Oh my, okay, so she was in religion class and they heard the story about the concubine from the Bible. And it was specifically to teach the girls that they need to be happy with their lives. Hold on. Otherwise, something bad would happen. And I feel like that was in combination with the then at the end of our reading for this week, it was like we were getting prepared for that. Like something bad is going to happen, but she has to just suck it up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if she tries to tell, and she mentions this, anyone who tries to tell on anyone gets in trouble, and it doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter if you're right, they're never going to cross a man. No matter what that man did, they will never get in trouble.
I like how she says at the end of the chapter that she
Yeah.
stopped she stopped praying for forgiveness at that point.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point she realized that those things that happen are not her fault, which smart girl.
Yeah.
And she allowed herself to feel the hatred towards that woman
Right.
that she knew she had every right to feel towards her. And that to me shows a lot of strength on her part. Instead of giving in and feeling guilty and thinking that she did something wrong to deserve that, she was like, no, I'm not going to pray for forgiveness. I didn't do anything wrong. And I hate that woman and I have every right to. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, Jessica. They're definitely picking and choosing specific things so that they can teach certain things. They're doing it to make women obey. So they're like picking certain, and they're teaching them as they grow up these little things so that they don't question it when it comes. Wild. Ashley is taken off because it seems her phone and shit are not working.
Oh.
See you Thursday, bitch.
Bye, Ashley, you goof. Oh my goodness. Anyways, did I miss any of the other comments here?
Well, I think I got them all popped up.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that's not too far off from religion today either. Now,
Oh,
I grew up.
You mean where they pick and choose?
Well, my opinion again. I grew up Roman Catholic, very very strict, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is as you get older, you start to realize that what you've been taught in church and stuff, and the majority of it I understand and I agree with, but the way, like you see, like let's say my grandmother perceives a priest, right? This is like an all-knowing. He is the messenger of God, come to give you these this is a man who felt it was his duty to interpret the Bible to you. When he gives his gospel, it is his interpretation.
Bingo.
If you hang on to every word of the way these people interpret the readings and the gospels, you're missing the point. You have to read the Bible and you have to read scripture and you have to interpret it for how it fits into your life, what it means to you, my opinion, right? But I think a lot of people, when you look at certain religions or when they go super far-fetched and they find people that are in a point in their life where they're just looking for these answers, they use that to their advantage.
Right.
And they take things and they will twist them and they will use what part benefits them towards people to get them to think and believe what they want. So this is not too far off from what still happens today when you really sit back and think about it, you know?
It's true. You do get the opportunity if you grow up, you know, in probably a less strict environment or religious environment. That, you know, sometimes they do teach you that it really is up to interpretation. Or, you know, you get to know somebody as bomb as Adriana over here who teaches you that just by being your buddy.
Pointing at me.
I did point this way. It was beyond you. So anyways, we grew up Episcopalian, which is basically like a step down from Catholic, because they keep all of the like religious ceremonies the same. They run the they actually run the sermons and gospel, and they run, the church is run basically the same. They just are more accepting of many other things, like gays are not an issue, and people who want to come visit from all the different religions are not an issue, and you're allowed to interpret things kind of your way. And they even, like, during their sermons and things, they'll remind you of that. So it is slightly different, which is kind of a better way to do it if you're going to do it, you know, to let you know, like, hey, take from it what you need for your life that's going to help you move forward and get you through these things that are hard.
But isn't that what they're doing? And that's what the issue is they're interpreting it for themselves their way. That is the problem.
And then that's it.
Instead of going into the history, instead of going into the history of it and really diving deep to understand why it was written and what was written for historically, to get the real message, rather than I'm feeling this way, this is how I'm going to use it. Because again, that's what Gilead's doing.
Yeah, Gilead is, it's fueling their message. They are specifically picking and choosing only portions and saying, but this is it. That's it. There is no other way. Where in our religions and things, anywhere we all grew up, it was, there might be other ways, but like you chose this church because we're telling you it's this way. Or if you don't like it, go find another church. Or some churches like the ones we were in, it is up for your interpretation, and you can, it can, go up and down and fluctuate and mean one thing for one person and mean something else for another.
Well, and it goes both ways too, because it's not just the church or the people giving the message, it's who is listening. You can be a person who hangs on to someone's every word.
Yeah.
And the word is gospel, basically, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's people that are probably living in the Gilead that with the word that is given, that's it. That's Bible. Like, you don't go against that. I'm not going to risk it. And then there's these other women that we're reading about that and they're like, hold on a second. Like, this doesn't seem right. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would it be so? And so, it's just the same both ways.
You mentioned something to me about that earlier. What was that? About Agnes and like her, like, they're brought up to that, like, all they're ever going to be is whatever a man needs.
Oh.
And you had mentioned specifically something to me earlier when right after you had heard it. It was a quote about like cookies or something, right?
Oh, yeah. One of my things that I wrote down was that she had mentioned that she wants to have power over men, that when they make cookies, she only makes gingerbread men so she can eat them because it makes her feel like she has power.
Well, it's the one thing she can control, yeah.
And that's a child.
Yeah.
Saying that in this story.
Well, that's why I feel like the mom did do that, because she's been very intuitive with certain things. Like, she was intuitive knowing when the handmaid was pregnant and all these other things. That's why when she figured out or gave her reasons why she believes the stepmom did it, I believe like she's tuning in for sure.
Agnes is a lot more intuitive. She definitely pays more attention to the things around her as opposed to like, the wives are, just keep your blinders on like a horse, and this is what's ahead of you, and this is all you're allowed to do, and this is all you should ever even think about. And if somebody tries to come in around those blinders, you shut them out and tell them why.
So I guess that's
not.
And so that's what's different about the Testaments, I guess, opposed to Handmaids. Handmaids was the beginning of Gilead, right? So they're all telling all those kids or whatever what you knew was wrong. And now these are like the new kids being brought up, seeing it firsthand and putting that 2 and 2 together otherwise.
Right. It's interesting. It's definitely, a big jump from where we were to where we think we are and who's who and what's what, but we'll see what happens. It's, I think so far a really good start to this book. I think she's doing a really interesting job, and it's making us really, really think about a lot and look forward to a lot, I think, too.
I wanted to say something about the Bible thing. I think I see it kind of from both ends. I think what Dominique, you were trying to say in regards to that, the issue is that people leave it up to their interpretation. And so that's when a lot of like the negative kind of side of it, when it's left to whatever your personal interpretation is. And then you have what maybe was meant by what was written, but then your definition of what was written is different than mine, and so kind of there's.
How is the definition? Why would the definition be different?
Well, it's as far as
understanding is different, I think is what you mean.
Right.
Like you can read the same words and not understand it the same way. I think that's
so Anna was saying, about a priest, this is, you live by this, this is what was written, this is what I'm telling you. And then Tosh was saying, as far as our church, that, you know, this is what I'm saying, you know, take what you will of it. You know, you're free to go about, instead of this is the word of God, right?
Well, you know, I never understood.
Well, but the
much of
Bible is the
difference.
word of God.
No.
We're talking about interpretation of it, though, like how
Right.
it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And that's where it gets
So, like growing up, I knew nothing
jumbled.
else. You know what I mean? Like I was baptized. I went to private school until 4th grade. I was an altar server for 8 years. Made my confirmation. Like that's all I knew. Never bothered me. I never questioned it or felt that it was wrong or anything like that. But when I got older and I started to have kind of more questions about things, or maybe just the way the ceremony made me feel of the mass or certain things, and I started to branch out and then go to like Christian churches. You know what I mean? Or even kind of go back to like a church like St. Peter's where we were at, because that's where I met Tasha, and that was obviously a different religion than what I was at the time. It just made you realize how they interpret it differently.
right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Because
see. Yeah.
the Christian church is more like, okay,
Well, even Christian churches amongst themselves, there's still a handful of things that they're not for sure on, but they let that be known. Like certain things
Right.
like that have, because there's some parts that have historic history backing to it.
oh no, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
saying it in a way of like, it's a little bit more to the time, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
the Christian churches I've been to, I notice it's really nice because they'll read the same passages, they'll read the same readings and stuff, but the way they interpret it is to fit kind of more of today's
Or
time.
like, yeah, to explain to you how that fits in.
Right. This
Yeah.
is what happened back then and what they dealt with, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all these challenges, and look at how it's still working for us now. How
Yeah.
can it help you today? Whereas I noticed with the Catholic
I see what you're saying.
I went to, it was more, this is what happened, and he was damned, and if you do these things, and then it's like, what do? You feel bad because you did something wrong. You got to go to confession, and you got to go confess to the priest, and what they give me 35,000 Hail Marys while you kneel on, you know, I'm just kidding.
Where does it say in the Bible to do that?
Very, very different way of approaching it. And
Yeah.
that was my whole point, is that's what it felt like reading this. Like if they took what they wanted, that was going to
of
hit
course.
the hardest, scare them the most, and
Yeah.
just use it to their advantage with no backstory or explanation.
Because they're not allowed to like, you see every time it's just like, I had a question, but I knew better than to ask, or I knew it wouldn't get answered, or all that.
Right.
Bingo.
Yeah. That was my whole thing. And then you look at these like cults, it kind of is like the same thing, right? It's being in a position in your life where you feel you need all these answers so badly that you're hanging on to one person's every word as if that's coming straight,
and then not being allowed to ask
himself. And you're just not even questioning. It's very scary.
Right, because if you do, you've heard about what happens when someone asks a question. Someone said something, someone asked something, and then they got punished for it. So you're like, I know better than to ask a question. Right. Do what they say. But yeah, like Adriana was saying, like with the sermons and stuff, you know, it's in the Christian sermons, you know, they'd read their passages and kind of give like, this is what they are basically saying by relating it to a story that's current, that they know that people would be more related. They would be able to relate it to the story more. So it's more understandable. Back with Gilead, they don't do that. They tell you that this is the literal interpretation, and if you try to think beyond it, we'll hang you on the wall. So, you want to go lay up on the wall a little bit? What you got?
I was just looking.
I love everyone's notes. Did everyone's notes say like, is Daisy this person? Is Agnes that person?
Well, I didn't have my Post-its with me. So it was like middle of the night, and that's when I was like throwing in random papers. But
just
that's what
wondering, like, you know, because we all kind of take notes occasionally, or pop in a little.
So I was like, OMG, she's baby Nicole.
That's mine. Is Daisy baby Nicole?
Yeah, Desiree wrote that too. I did both, but I thought it would be super fun if I went back in my notes later and didn't answer that question. I was like, what if, because I'm taking Desiree's really amazing notebook that she did, and I'm going to put all of like my notes for our reading up until they finish the book.
That's smart.
And like for all of our books until it finishes. I think it'd be a cute way to put it in. But instead of answering my questions, I actually just asked them. So, I mean, if we wanted, we could go back and look at the answers later. But I was like, who is this person? Who is that person? I didn't put, I think so-and-so is so-and-so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a little more interesting if I went back in my notes like later in life. And
Well, that's what I did too. I was like,
had to
who
reread.
is she? Why does she have a memory of running? Why is she? Why were they holding hands? Or I forget where that came from, but
the story that her Gilead mom was telling her, like her kind of bedtime story.
Yeah,
I was definitely like that intrigued me. Like immediately, I was like, oh, why is she repeatedly telling this story? Why is this so important? Why are we hearing about it?
Yeah.
We're hearing about it because I guarantee we're going to find out in a minute that that's how she came into Gilead. And yep, that's how it was. So I thought that was kind of a cool way to
just
say it. Say it.
My mouth somehow.
Oh, Mr. Mouth somehow.
She's
oh,
so one
of Houston.
One of the things that I had on here was about Aunt Lydia's list. Who the fuck she's gonna take down? I want to know all the deets on her fucking list.
Oh yeah, I bet it's juicy.
Okay, I do have notes about that too. I was like, now what is this?
Wait, what's on his face?
Nope.
No.
You want to read?
Which one? Yours?
Mine, yeah, because we could go to.
You know something we don't know because you went ahead?
No,
Okay.
I didn't. It was just my notes.
So Tosh says, "Who is?"
She's not even looking at us.
No.
Well, she went ahead a chapter or two. So Tosh says, "Who is Agnes? Who is Daisy? Both girls living different lives. One in Canada and the other in Gilead, and both aren't who they thought they were. I'm super intrigued by this and cannot wait to find out. We can make guesses on this tonight during the live." And then she said, "What is Aunt Lydia up to? She's writing the accounts of things that happen, who's who, what's connected to what, etc. within Gilead and its government. This keeps the top men in Gilead very worried. They have to keep her in the loop and happy so she doesn't flip on them. And they can't off her because she may have a way of releasing all that damaging info if something does happen to her. She's keeping herself indispensable. But why is she doing this if she deeply believes in what Gilead has set to accomplish? Very interesting."
Who wrote all that?
Posh.
This bitch that
But she's now that we're going back to like the story of her being taken, I don't think she's about Gilead. I think she's just about survival.
Yes.
It seemed that way, right? Like when they came in and arrested her at the courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, don't fucking say a word. Like some shit's going down.
Yeah.
She knew, like she had no clue what was going on. She had been warned, like, this is what's going on right now. This is what I went through today. She doesn't have a man, so it's not like she could see her money changing and little things happening. So she gets warned, but she's not so stupid that she's just gonna be like, hey, blah, 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 get shot.
And people do desperate things to survive.
Right. She's all
Yeah. I think she's playing it smart, but she's also playing a lot of mind games and she's being very manipulative. And I think it's her way of still feeling that she has control
Yeah.
and an upper hand in the whole shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what she said. She's
Going
like,
her way without people realizing they're letting it go her way.
well, that's what she was saying. You gotta give just enough, but not too much.
Right.
yeah.
Similarly, like women allow their husbands to think that they wear the pants.
Would you like to put these pants on today? Or those? I mean, that's literally how we do it, isn't it? You're allowed to wear the pants, but I'm gonna tell you which ones. Because they need to match my outfit. And I've chosen this outfit today.
Right.
No, don't choose.
She has a second half of, or a couple more things on here.
Hold up. hold on. I wanted to still with Agnes there.
Oh.
Or no, with Aunt Lydia. I was wondering if we're gonna find out in the future that, like, oh my God, she's someone we love to hate, right? Like, we love to fucking hate Aunt Lydia. She's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. And she has all this power, and what is she going to do with it? And we're getting a little more information about her, and God, she's so fucking mean, right? But, like, is she just playing a part because she wants to, like, get to a point for women? Like, she's, like you guys have said, she's just trying to stay alive. But is she trying to get to a point for women in the future to be able to have more power or to get out of this without dying, without ending up on the wall? I'm wondering, are we going to find out that, like, she's good-hearted deep down, but, like,
right, and, like, using certain people as a sacrifice to get things done? No.
I say no.
You say no. You think
I'm
she's just
wondering because think about it. There's no way she believed in this. She was a fucking judge. She doesn't believe that women are just meant for having babies. No way.
Do you think she was brainwashed?
Power goes to your head, and you get power.
Well, being a judge,
a lot of your beliefs go out the window when you're put in a position of power and feeling that you have control over things. And now a lot of the things that you may put into play are not things that you technically believe in, but you're going to do those things to stay on the right people's right side.
Right.
So it's all about being power hungry.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, and it is mentioned that power can do some pretty nasty things. So that is mentioned. I mean, she mentions that when she's talking about the commander or whatever. Commander
Judd. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Judd.
Who, you know.
Oh no.
Then my other confusion is about the statues of the women. Like, if the women are so, like, not to be anything or praised or whatever, why are these statues erected of them while they're alive?
You guys,
right?
Like
that. Well, you guys saw the show, right?
No, I haven't. Are there statues in the show?
Oh my God, sorry.
Look at her notes.
I'm so excited. Okay, you guys.
I just want you guys to see her actual, like, notes. Like, there's a lot.
I wasn't kidding. I took some notes this week.
Is that in there?
Okay, no, I did mention. Okay, you know, we were talking about timelines, and now this just pops into my head. Aunt Lydia is talking in the beginning about how she gets a statue, right? And I didn't think about it until right now. She literally mentions that she's 5 years ahead.
Yeah, because it talks about how the statue is all jacked up after.
Right. And then in the next couple of chapters, we hear from Agnes that she's only 8. That's 3 years ahead.
Well, you're doing some math. So what's the math?
At the beginning, we start with Aunt Lydia, and she's 5 years.
Write it down. Write this down.
Future.
Write it down, Tasha.
Okay. We start with Aunt Lydia, who is 5 years into the future. And then we jump down to Agnes, who's only 3 years into the future. We are going to be timeline jumping. Watch.
Right. So they're what we're reading from them right now probably isn't lining up, but it's probably going to come where they
all going to come to a head. But that also could mean then that when we're talking about Daisy, who's a teenager and obviously older than Agnes, she couldn't be Agnes's younger sister of Fred.
She couldn't. You're saying she could not be, or she could be? Oh, yeah.
She could, because we were thinking, well, no, she's like 16. She's older than Agnes right now. So there's no way she could be Agnes's younger sister from the same mom. But here it is. It already says that we jump from 5 years to 3 years and then to another 5 years plus again. So
so we think that Daisy is Nicole and Agnes is Hannah.
Yeah.
Interesting. We can.
Well, I think the next few chapters are going to answer a lot of questions.
I think so. Wait,
you think, Anna, or you know?
Girl, I'll allow you.
I think we're going to have a great read.
Ooh, we're gonna have a great read. You know what's
this
so
is from
fun is
experience.
has accidentally run
There's-
forward
there's
and they fucked
something
it up.
about Daisy's birthday too.
That's right, because she was saying she knew that because in the beginning, at one point, she was like, "What my real birthday was or is," right? We read that part. She's saying, or she was talking about her birthday, or what it.
What she thought her birthday was.
Yeah, that's what how she worded it.
Well, she gets picked up on her birthday by Ada, who is her parents' friend or whatever.
Right.
Another operative of Mayday.
Right, but she had questioned if that was her real birthday or not, and it gets confirmed that that is not. So who knows if she is really even 16? So we have to find that out.
My cat is like.
So we all start reading now, ladies. Everybody pick it up. Chapter 18.
Okay, we're just gonna read together, y'all.
We're just going to do a group reading session.
Oh shit, everybody get their books!
There it is.
Get a scroll at the bottom.
How
Is that
fun
what-
would that be?
That's a good way. Oh, you guys heard me say
Everybody,
that?
everybody read a page like when you were in school. Tasha, start off.
The months pass.
Hey, are we gonna
And then you're like that kid that doesn't follow along and you're like,
That was
oh,
me during popcorn reading.
No.
It gave me anxiety.
We're not actually allowed to read the book. It's similar to like when you have music rights, you actually are not allowed to read on.
Oh yeah, you can only.
Yeah.
Technically, so I'm not going to read aloud to the class, but it does start with the months past.
Oh my God, I forgot it was called popcorn reading. You brought back so many memories right now.
No, that has stuck in my head. Like,
And the next chapter, 18, is going to be with Agnes. So we'll find out where she's at, what's going on. I'm very excited about what's to come this next week and what more conversation it sparks. You know, this was one of my favorite reads last year because of...
I chose the book.
Okay, I said one of the favorites. I didn't say the favorite. But anyways, it was one of the favorites from last year just because it sparks a lot of conversation, a lot of questions, a lot of topics, and just given the times we're in, you know, it really can be foreseen that this could happen to us. So, you know, very interesting. But so I'm very excited to see what is to come in this story. And hopefully you guys are all as well. I know that this is harder because it's going to be a summer read. Everyone's got like, oh, my kids have these plans, or, you know, we're going to do family vacations or whatever it is. You know, we'll try and work with everything, and hopefully everyone that wants to know more is able to read. But
Before we move on, can I just say,
yeah.
why does Aunt Adriana die?
So Aunt
I'm done.
Adriana, here we go. How funny is this?
It was
Y'all know.
Daisy's family of a friend who killed her.
Yeah.
I'm
So
done. I was like, my name gets mentioned and I get killed off. That's rude.
and you're drawn as one.
Well,
Adriana was drawn by Avery Desiree's daughter as a Pearl Girl.
yes.
And we all know that the Pearl Girls later become aunts. That's like their job. They have to recruit women to come back to Gilead, and then their like goal is to become an aunt. And so she becomes an aunt, and she gets hung, kind of
Yeah,
like
I'm not helping nobody. I'm not helping nobody. You're gonna come hang me.
right. Ain't nobody going.
I wish someone would try to hang me on a doorknob.
Okay, first of all, I'm quite tall. So like, how high is your doorknob?
Well, they try to make it look like.
But like a doorknob, like what are you hanging
Well,
about?
You're sitting down. You're sitting down.
it's dead weight's dead weight, I guess. You just kind of,
Hog tied.
yeah, I don't know.
They're like, fuck it, we ain't got nowhere else. We're just gonna fuck it.
Well,
So-
remember the other one with the ceiling light or the ceiling fan, and they took that out. Remember in her room in
Yeah.
The Handmaid's Tale, they took out the
Hands out.
yeah.
You're right. So that women wouldn't hang themselves.
Mhm.
Because
What
the previous
It was a-
did.
it was an ideal. What do they call it? They knew that there was an ideology of suicide or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big amongst the women, and when they would have a fear of one of the girls thinking that way, if like marriage was coming up or something, then all of a sudden they would start with the scary stories. Yeah.
So epic. Ah, very good. I love the connections here. Well done, ladies. Oh, bitches, praise be. Are we gonna come dressed up under his eye next week?
I was so busy today. I wanted to.
Right. You remember last year when Nicole showed up and she had
I loved it.
That was
paper and like a blanket around her? I died. Why is that bitch not reading with us this time? I'm
oh my
surprised.
God. She is, where's she at right now? Taking one of her sons that just graduated to college.
Same.
Yeah. I think he's going to Nebraska on a baseball scholarship or something like that. So they did a trip and went over there, and yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting. Good for her.
Yeah.
That's super
She's
exciting.
busy. She's got, her second oldest, they're twins. They just graduated high school and stuff. So she's got a lot
That's a lot.
going on.
Desiree's second oldest just graduated high school, but he graduated a half a semester early as a
Summa cum laude.
summa
Cool.
cum loudly.
Ew.
Summa cum laude. Yeah, this motherfucker went like above the 4.0, little asshole. And
Nice.
fucked it up. Yeah. So he didn't get anything extra from that, did he?
What do you mean?
Would you guys like buy him a car or
Excuse me?
Huh.
I'm not a raisin nose fold ass bitch.
she's like, congratulations, you graduated early.
What
And
does it make somebody spoiled?
now get a
Yes, it
fucking
does.
job.
She's like, good. You did what you were supposed to do.
I wasn't spoiled.
Right? Like you just did what you're supposed to do and
Did it a little sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I said, get a job, bitch. And so he got a job.
He's not going to college?
No, he's been saving
He is.
this whole last
He's gonna.
semester. And then because of all of the lockdowns and everything, the ACT and SAT, because he dragged ass with it, of course, kept getting pushed and canceled in California. And so we had to have Emmanuel in June drive him over to Reno to take the SAT. And so the issue was in Florida because they've not been locked down for like a lot longer. And so they're still expecting SAT and ACT scores. So they weren't willing to like waive any of that.
he wants to go to college in Florida because
Yeah.
their plan is to move back there.
Right. And
Got
so
it.
we're still waiting on that. We don't know if he'll be able to get into the one university that he wants to get into because of when the cutoff is and when the scores will come in. So he may just do like a community college, but PSC because it's like right in our town.
Yeah.
And transfer over to like Central Florida next
All
year.
the same, he kicked some ass. He did good.
He will get everyone who goes to school in Florida, if you graduate with like a certain percentage, you create you do community service, then you attend a Florida college. There's Bright Starts or Bright Futures. One of them is a scholarship that goes towards your schooling. So long as you continue. I think it's just so they can also keep a lot of their students and the money and everybody, the higher learning kids.
Yeah.
State. Totally cool. Fine. Help him pay for college. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll
Nice.
pay for it.
Yeah.
So that's what he's been doing is saving.
Yeah.
He's built up.
He's doing good now. Yeah. Anyway, he's doing good. She's like, of course he dragged ass, but like graduated early. So
No, what I mean is that he didn't apply to any colleges until fucking September, October of his
Right.
senior year. He graduated in December. He didn't apply for financial aid till later. He didn't schedule testing until much later.
Night, Jessica.
He could have had it done while we were still in Florida before we moved, but again, he dragged ass. He didn't do it.
Dominique said goodnight too.
Okay.
We didn't
okay,
get
Dominique.
disconnected.
No, we didn't. Dominique got disconnected. I have no clue. Oh boy.
Oh my God, Dominique said goodnight too.
What happened? It just took me away.
It took you away. Oh my goodness. Okay, so today is the 5th of July. I want to know, what the fuck did everybody do yesterday?
Oh yeah.
What did everyone do yesterday? We'll wait to hear about Adriana.
Any shenanigans?
Desiree and I went to our a memorial for a family member yesterday. Our dad's sister, so our aunt passed away back in April, but her birthday is the 4th of July, so her daughter, our cousin, decided to do her memorial on her birthday, so that was yesterday. A ton of people showed up, extra COVID, but I'm going to have to quarantine before I see my mom for the next 2 weeks. She told me to shut up. In mute. Anyways, we had no quarantine memorial yesterday, and then decided we're going to leave last second to drive down our street to see some fireworks. And they happened as we were pulling up, so we just stopped in the street, rolled down the windows, and then felt like a boom. We were literally watching them shoot off next to us. It was crazy.
The car was vibrating.
The car the cars, because
not that it makes a difference, but are fireworks legal by you, Desiree?
Not in my town, not in this town, but a town over. But we were an hour away where it was fine.
Yeah, we were not here where she's living.
I gotcha. I mean, there were fireworks going off in my alley. We just sat out in the front lawn, and they're just, surround. What do you call it when it's visually surrounding you?
Well, yeah, and Peter, when you have a holiday that requires fireworks, everyone does their own light show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could just stay home and look up. Adriana, if she stayed home, she could probably just look out her window and see 407 different fireworks shows.
Yeah,
right?
we did. As soon as we got home, the kids went straight to the windows, and you could see them all to downtown LA and over in Long Beach. It was crazy.
That is wild. Rebecca did as little as possible, and then said people were setting off until around 1 a.m.
Oh, for sure, here too. It sounded like nonstop. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was just one after another.
Wild.
For some reason, I can knock out to that. So
because we hear it so much.
Thunder and fireworks, I can just
right.
It's just
How
ambient
fucked up
sound.
is it that all of us could sleep to fireworks they're a lullaby?
Right.
Oh yeah, they have a good. They're they probably saw you guys. What is it? The Cabrillo, probably the best view for Cabrillo.
Cabrillo's a good
fireworks.
view because you can see theirs and Long Beach. That's a pretty good spot.
So one of the kids that was at our house last night did have a little something, and I don't have the video, but it didn't go off as it should have. It was supposed to go in a tube, then shoot up, but it didn't. It just kind of fell over. And then there's a picture of me sleeping up mess. And then it just in front of me, I just kind of stood there. I'm like, huh. And it's everything was okay though.
Fireworks exploded at you and you're okay?
The only thing that happened was I got a little bit of drink on my shirt.
Oh my God, you're supposed to drink?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the worst part.
Just a little bit. There's one drop. But
yeah, Sean was setting off his set with the boys, and the same thing, the small one that shoots up fell over and whew, right past my face.
Oh, when I went to the range with my girlfriend.
Right past my face.
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That's my girlfriend Candace. That's the one in Florida. Her husband, I guess, burned himself last year doing the fireworks. So he actually bought electric thing to set them off remotely on their dock. It was super cool.
Yeah, that was the only issue. Other than that, we were good. And we had the big ones. They were so loud.
Yeah.
That's
So we have a mini block party, and the neighbors come out, and the one brings out her fire pit, and everyone's got their chairs set up, and you can see the Cabrillo Beach fireworks right at the end of the block. And then 2 houses over, they have the big ones. We have the big ones. And right around the corner, they have big ones. So just these 3 houses put on a huge show for the neighborhood. And everyone's just out sitting on their stairs. It was so much fun. Yeah, we had a really good time.
That's super fun.
Yeah, do you have any
That's
pictures?
super fun.
Oh yeah, do you have any pictures?
Well, we got the cops called on us because apparently there was a noise disturbance, and one of the neighbors was being a Karen, I guess, and
I'm done.
called, and they sent security over.
Charity!
And I'm like, rude. He was like some old retired officer that came for fireworks safety.
What kind of
Officer.
officer is that?
So he's an old U.S. Marshal. I guess they sent him,
What's
because
his
LAPD was busy doing other rounds. So he came for fireworks safety and just to make sure that, the cars were going slow down the road.
Now, who came for fireworks safety? What is his name?
What's his name?
That is Officer H. Pinoch. Yeah.
What's the H stand for? Harry?
Harry, yeah, it's a family name. He said it's the name of his father and his mother, apparently. When I told him that last night, my mom's all, bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. So we were at my family's house on 28th. That's where I grew up, and that's where we all meet to have our big parties and stuff. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's fun.
That's a good street for that too.
Oh,
Officer Harry Pinoch.
yeah.
Disgusting. By the way, if you head up the 5,
No. So hold on.
Northern California, there's a street that is called Pinoche
Yeah.
Road or whatever. Every time we drive by it,
I text
CJ
them.
and I, she texts. CJ and I pointed out to each other. We're like, guess where we are?
Yeah.
Officer Pinoche Road. Every single time.
The funny thing is I came out of the driveway, and the people 2 houses up. I was talking to one of the neighbors, and I was doing my whole skit, and then the one neighbor came over after, and she's rolling, and she goes, the one girl that doesn't live there, but I guess it's a cousin or something, was like, oh my God, like they really have security to watch out for you guys. Died. She's like, no, I had to tell him, like, look again, like and my mom was like, they really thought you were secure. We were dying because from far away you just see the uniform, I guess. You know what I mean?
Oh my
cars were coming by. I was doing this and honking.
She's probably thinking like, oh, that's all they could afford.
People were rolling.
Lori, you bitch. God damn it, where you been?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, girl. We haven't seen you in what, ages?
We haven't seen you.
Right?
Oh, we haven't seen you in like ages. I was trying to say. I was gonna say synced, but it like didn't fall out as clearly.
We haven't seen
We
you.
haven't seen you in like ages. Oh, girl, welcome. Wow. Well, Adriana.
Anna, really fast, pop that up for Lori.
Yeah.
Oh,
please
here.
show her who Officer P. Harry P. Harry Pinoch specifically.
No,
We need to
so
see
bad
who
for me.
he is.
So we'll show this other one first. And he had Crocs on, he would, because it was the holidays, but they were in 4-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I'm done. You had the backs on. Look at the fucking pubes. I'm
There
dead.
it is. And there he is. Calendar shoot.
Oh,
America.
with the flag, like,
You like the
red
red
out
sunglasses?
behind you,
I think
like,
that really completed it.
oh wow.
Not behind me. That was Officer Pinoch. I was the one taking the photo. Hello.
Uh-huh.
Officer
You
Pinoch,
are.
we would love to have you on a live if you're walking
yeah.
out there in this world.
I'll send him a message.
We would love to have you as a guest on the Novel Bitches.
Definitely.
I'll let him know.
You can let us
Yeah.
know what's going on in the
I
world.
got his business
Email
card.
him. Email him.
Yeah.
You know what we could get is, we could get like a newscast from Officer Harry P. And
Well, look, he's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. Holidays and stuff are really, hard for him. Halloween's his biggest holiday. He does a lot of crossing guard work to make sure that the
Keeping
kids
the
are
kids
all
safe.
safe.
I like that.
And last night, he was making sure the traffic was going slow in between
Very
fire.
admirable.
But his flag almost caught on fire on the fire pit there. But other than that, he was fire safety.
Yeah, that was just to demonstrate how to be safe, I assume.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah. We had to do a little tuck with the flag in between the legs at one point just to, make sure.
Oh,
good. But
Dominic was with me when you said we had to do a tuck. And we were like, a tuck? Okay. And then he set up the flag and we were like,
yeah.
oh, thank God.
Well, maybe in August, Pinoch would like to
Make a guest appearance.
roll up in August while we're reading this book, PTA meetings, children needing crossing guard, things like that.
Tasha's birthday.
Let us know how it's going out in the streets.
Yeah,
Tasha's
with kids.
birthday.
If there's anything that needs detailed
August.
security, we'll let them know.
Tasha's birthday
August.
might need an officer of the law to come and do a striptease.
Got it.
Sounds
Now,
She
I
says.
will tell you, when he got there, though, he was a little unprofessional because he took the mic and was singing Selena karaoke.
We'll
but
just
then
call him Novel Beard. He's welcome here.
Yeah, but then he stopped and he broke down the rules of the night, to everybody, make sure they were all on the same page. He is bilingual.
Oh,
He made
nice.
sure to wish everybody a festive 4th of July in both languages.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we'll
I
see.
feel like-
At one point though, I did see him twerking on my nana, and I think she pulled his tie off. So
Oh my!
might have been a love connection there. Might become
I was
part
about
of
to
the
say, I
family.
feel like you're making like a Match.com
Yeah.
profile right now for him.
Yeah, so we'll see. Well, he does have a calendar. Officer Pinoch does have a calendar.
That is true.
Yes, my
Sure.
mother got that as a gift one year. I purchased it because it was for charity. So,
That's
yeah.
nice of you.
Which
Yeah.
charity did the purchase of the calendar end up going to?
It's a charity called Pinoch's Children, and it helps. It helps with kids who don't have transportation to school, and he'll make sure that they get there safely.
Does he ride in a van with no windows?
It's a walking club, and he just kind of makes sure that they all get across the street safe.
Okay.
Yeah, what? It's just it's Pinoch's Children. That's rude. I mean, the man is doing something nice, but
I find him very admirable.
thank you.
I
Sweet man. Real sweet guy.
I want to buy the next calendar.
hmm the show Chips? The show Chips that they had with Eric Estrada and all that?
Oh, was he
He
the
was-
inspiration?
He was the yes, it was. And he was on set to make sure everything was, correct.
Oh, what do you call
And,
that when they're the
John. John basically played who he was. Give the man a little credit,
Give credit when
I
credit's
thought you
due.
said he was showing tits.
Excuse me?
I thought you said tips. I thought you said he was showing tits.
No, Chips. Chips. Yeah. Yeah. God bless him though. He said that suit fits him like a glove, like the day he came out of the academy. I said, okay, you just did.
Everybody
do
likes,
you.
everybody
Do
has a
you.
preference of how
Very-
clothing fits them.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, summertime. It's summer uniform. He has a uniform with shorts too, but it got a little chilly at night. So good thing he kept the pants on. But he does wear the shorts in the calendar.
I would imagine he needs to keep his pants on if he's escorting people around security.
Yeah.
Oh
Every
my
now and
God.
then he needs shorts. So.
No, you say there's shorts. Now I'm thinking of Reno 911.
Well, like I said, he's the
Oh,
OG, right? When you're a man of that stature, they pull a lot of influence from you, but he was the first. And it's in the calendar, so he's got proof of that. Yeah.
Do
Is
you
your
think
calendar available for purchase?
Is a calendar available for purchase? We might be able to make something work. Yeah.
Make an arrangement, maybe.
I'm
maybe
gonna
you could
see.
give us a glimpse of what this calendar is?
I'm gonna have to get the calendar from my mom because I purchased it as a gift, so she has the calendar. Yeah, but I must say I think he's excellent behind the camera or in front of the camera. I think they did a really great job. Yeah.
And it's only photos.
Only photos. See, themed to the
What else
holiday
would you want?
season of that month.
Mm. Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
Wow, interesting. So do we
I am more than excited about this calendar than I should
yeah,
be.
do sell it, girl. Seriously. Do we get a discount because we
Heard it here first.
heard it here first?
Code word Harry Pinoche. We'll get
Well,
you
wait,
a
you want a
10%
discount on saving the children?
For how can you get a discount on charity? Really, you know, this is all for the kids. It's for the niños and the niñas. That's what he calls them. Little backstory on Pinoche. He's from Texas. There was a lot of Hispanic people in his neighborhood when he was on the beat, so he had to learn a little Espanol to get by. So he does both. You know, he's kind of in and out of his Spanish and his English. So he's all for the niñas and the niños. That's why last night it was Feliz de Julio de Cuatro. That's how I remember him saying that. I think that's what he said.
Oh my god, that's usually my number one cause.
Oh, I can't.
So, you know, but it's not always fun and games with Pinoche. You know, it's sometimes you get some rowdy folks, and it's all about keeping people safe. So when you gotta arrest them, you gotta arrest them. You know, unfortunately, this is before body cams.
She don't look bothered by it though.
Yeah, this was before body cams, and you know, someone got it on their cell phone and stuff.
What's
And they had to
between
make
your
sure,
belly and her code? What's
You
what's
know.
going on between your belly? I mean,
Her-
his belly
his-
and the code. That she looks so pleased about it.
all I know is he was just doing his job and trying to make sure that there was no disorderly
A
conduct.
civic duty. Well done.
Yeah. That's when he had his hair a little longer. But you know, he was reliving the 70s there. He got that tamed up now.
Tamed up.
So very professional man.
Oh well,
Do you need me to move so you can go Titi? Speaking of Titi, that's what I was going to ask you earlier. Did you send out all the
No.
bingo?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I didn't bingo this month. Sorry, y'all. So you're saying Harry P got a trim?
Yeah, sure did. Sure did.
Can't
It's a
hear
little more au natural now.
your chuckle.
He's got a very Nordic Viking background. He likes to just keep it all natural. That's why you see a little extra come out the front. But yeah.
Then it comes out the front.
how do you have so much? Like, you guys had a good conversation to know this.
Is this-
Oh, well, you know, we've known him for a few years now. We hire him during Halloween to take the kids around. And that's kind of been iffy because he gets invited into a lot of people's Halloween parties.
Mm.
And then it's like, hey, you got to focus. Like, you're on duty right now. It's not your off day. But other than that, you know, he does a great job. And there was a rowdy person a couple Halloweens ago, and man, he took her to the ground and called for backup and handled that situation real quick. So that was good.
I was
Yeah.
talking about that tag team to get somebody down to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes he gets a little distracted in the middle of letting the kids cross, and the whistle kind of has a nice rhythm, and he'll start a little twerk, you know, and it's like, all right, this is not dance party, Pinoche. Like, let's move it along. But other than that, he's good. Very
My
professional.
favorite part about crossing guards is when they enjoy their job. So
He definitely does. He definitely, and you know, the cars don't mind to stop for him. I'll tell you that.
That's good. That's good to know.
That
Yeah.
is good to know. I wish that we had some video of our officer Harry P. hard at
In
work.
action.
Hard at work.
I don't
Someone
think it
has
should
a
be
video.
hard at work. I think that would be against the law.
No, I want to see him hard at work, which is why I'm asking for a birthday guest.
Hold on.
I would love to see good old officer Harry P. hard at work. I mean,
I wanna see
honestly,
that.
how often do
That's my
I ask for a
context.
birthday gift?
She's
I'm gonna reach out to my contacts. Hold on. You guys discuss amongst yourselves.
disgusting.
Okay.
He's reaching out to a contact to see if we're able to get what, like a A birthday gift?
Yeah, I think that as far as I'm aware, a
Is there going to be like
I think it's right, like there's
Video.
family that's the contact, right? Like some family.
Oh, probably.
Oh no, she's looking
contact.
for a little bit of video footage.
Yeah, no, I know, but her
Oh,
contact, isn't it like someone she knows, like within family?
I think so.
Well,
Somebody,
yeah,
like,
because
maybe
they
as
have
a
been.
coworker as well.
No, it's because they've been obviously Officer P has been Officer Harry P has been working for the family for years, protecting their children as they cross the street during Halloween, making sure that there are no accidents. No, I'm sure there have been zero mouth cuts from razor blades in apples since he took over.
Probably.
In their
I mean, maybe he probably checks everybody's candy too.
I mean, I'm sure he eats it. That's how he checks it.
I mean,
well, yeah, that's the only way to.
That's kind of how we all do it, right? We got to make sure that the candy's okay.
Oh no, I straight up feel it. This is yours. This is mine. Mom tax.
Mom tax. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No luck right now. Sorry.
No luck on the video. I do hope that we can get some future footage.
Oh, absolutely.
Of our favorite officer hard at work.
Yeah. No problem.
You're very emphasizing that word.
Well, I mean,
I
I
don't
like
think
what I like.
want to see him hard at work. I think that would take us back to June, and it might just be against the law.
And I kind of, I mean, we like what we like, right?
That's not the officer I would choose.
Well, we all have our preferences, Desiree.
Yeah. And my officer preference is named Harry P.
More cushion.
No.
More cushion.
I mean, I got to be protected.
Yeah.
And he is an officer of the law, which means he likes to protect and serve. And as long as I'm being served while being protected.
While he's hard at work.
Well, Officer Harry P. is hard at work.
Yeah. He's got a brother.
Oh.
You're not twins, right?
Not all family kind of runs the same way. Obviously, Harry
There's always the
really by the book. He wanted to protect and serve his brother. Real bad boy. So there's a lot of conflict in the family. when they come together and stuff. But he had to arrest him a few times.
Oh
His
my.
brother, it's in Florida. But
it looks Floridian.
Floridian, yeah. Floridian.
She's absolutely shook.
And and his nephew, no better. Nephew got caught up doing some bad shit.
Mm-mm.
And
wait, any relation to the what was that guy?
Tiger King.
Mr.
Yeah.
King.
Yeah,
Any relation?
no,
Tigers?
not at all. But there's a very strong family resemblance because his uncle too. I mean, it's just it runs in the genes.
I mean, honestly, it's like
those are good genes though.
Floribama genetics. They're real strong.
Yeah, definitely,
it's like a little bit Joe Dirt.
definitely. So
King of the Tigers.
Joe King.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right? That's exactly what they're saying. Hello, you guys. Hi, all you cool cats and kittens. Honestly, say it. I can't say it.
Huh?
Say it.
Oh.
How is this said?
Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Done. Rebecca and I are mom du jour when we both eat all the Snickers, by the way. Girl, I'm with you. That's my candy of choice for Halloween. Halloween is my cheat day.
I go for the Three Musketeers.
All the Snickers for that. Yours is Three Musketeers.
I don't even have to steal them anymore. And ours like, here, Mom. Here's the ones you always take.
Oh, wow. The ones you always take. You're like, these are the ones that always have a hole in them. I don't know why.
They're trick or treat, and they're like, "Can I get another one for my mom?"
Leo did that last year. No, not last year. The year before, whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh.
My mom likes this, and my dad likes that. So can I pick those as well?
Oh my God. Okay, they're up there.
my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Hold on. Oh. This was the one that was on Cops.
Looking down.
Oh, that booty.
This is a
Somebody-
real tough
I
son of a
think he needs a bigger shoe.
bitch. I need backup.
Oh my. Oh. You guys move.
See?
Did he say he needs a ambulance?
It's a tough job. It's not always fun and games. It's a real
And
tough
now
job.
y'all know why Officer Harry P is my favorite and my choice officer for my birthday coming
But
up.
listen, but at the
Because
same
he knows
time,
how to take a criminal down. And I got to tell you, I got some crimes I want to confess.
but at the same time, he knows how to have a good time.
Come on, get your goose egg. Get your goose egg. I need security. I need to give you candy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I cannot take pride.
Bobby, security.
Can't take that. What were they trying to offer?
Well, they were trying to give him candy, and he was very respectful. Said, "I can't take bribes." So
Bless you,
You know,
Officer Harry.
yeah.
Thank
it's
you.
a tough job. It's a tough
Thank
job.
you. I mean, some people need all the blessings they can get, and Officer Harry P could use a couple more blessings.
You know, Gilead could use the women there could use him.
I mean, he could take a criminal down, and they're all criminals because they're women. So,
Oh.
Right. There it is. And that was our fourth.
and that was the end of the 4th of July. Well,
Yes.
honestly, thank heaven
Can you
for sending us this angel.
Can you hit up Mr. Pinoch and say that I think that he should be a part of this TikTok Cops challenge? Okay, I'm gonna show you a video. I'm gonna leave sound off because
Look at her face.
I don't want it to get taken down.
Yeah, we're not gonna get to take it down, so you're not gonna hear shit.
Are you good?
Except for our
You ready?
enjoyment. Pop us. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll bite. Oh yes.
Oh.
Hold up.
Get it?
Okay, well let me maybe a little bit of sound so it makes a little bit more sense. Hold on, let me find a good one.
It's got to be very quick.
Okay.
That's all right. Well, just show it to me later. But I'll hit him up and I'll see because he's a very busy man. They contract him out for a lot of different events. You know.
Oh, so he can be contracted for many.
Yeah. He does a lot of security detail.
Okay, here we go. Hold up. Pop us up. Oh, we are up.
Okay.
All the best cops do this challenge, the walking challenge, where their hips hit that beat.
Okay.
was
Is that what that's about?
as they walk.
I
to
think it's
music?
also to show their Harry P.
Oh,
Their
then
package, right?
he's got
But-
this. He's got this.
Oh, an officer package. Okay.
Got it. All right. Well, we'll do that. I'll let him know.
We would like to see him join.
He's
us.
down for keeping it hip with the young kids on the apps, you know.
I mean, honestly, if
He made it on a few TikToks last night. So
Oh,
I don't know
Can I
if
follow?
you know this, but like the novel bitches have a TikTok. We
we
have
have a TikTok.
Instagram, etc., etc. Maybe you could
Collab?
share a video, collab, and we can share it to the TikTokies, and
yeah, well,
we can
we'll
see
see.
what's going on.
we can get a novel bitches Officer Harry Pinoch collab going on
Oh yeah.
the TikTok. Maybe a little mashup or a
I don't know. Might
duet, maybe.
make
Oh,
some people
yes.
twitch though.
A Twitch? What about a Twitch?
But that might make some people twitch too much.
Tell 'em-
They
So we,
could last.
we gotta control those wetties.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Wetties.
Oh my God.
Use him for what
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was funny because Madison and her friend went for a walk around the neighborhood and they're coming down the block and they see Officer Pinoch there because he had just arrived for his
Oh,
shift.
did she not know he was gonna be there?
And Madison stops from like halfway up the block, looks, and then turns around to go back the other way with her.
Oh my god. She's like, oh no.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not doing this. No. 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 Who is Officer Harry Pinoche? That is the question of the hour. And more
A hero. That's who. A hero.
a hero.
Yes. Well, what he is an
I like that,
American
Vanessa.
relic, is what he is. He is America's sweetheart.
He needs his own statue.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
He is a national treasure. Is what he
And
is.
very important. We do need an of bitches shirt.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a smart idea.
I mean, honestly, Vanessa, this is why you're allowed to be here. Is because you're so damn smart. I mean,
Had you not come up with suggestions, we'd kick you out. But good job.
I mean, if you had a dumb idea, we would still keep you because, well, we just like you. But
Yeah. You got a mighty
you
pretty
earn
face.
your keep. That's okay. You earn your keep. Poor Madison. Fuck Madison. Don't tell her I said that.
Oh, she heard you.
Yeah, she heard me.
Totally joking. Totally joking.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think that we can wrap it up for tonight because yesterday we forgot to do sparklers with our kids, given that we were at a memorial, you know. So anyway, we're gonna go set off some sparklers and hopefully
We'll
blow
have
up.
fun.
Yeah.
No. You got something to say? No? You good?
No, she's just
Okay.
do this.
Just wanted to
You
make
gotta say anything. You know what? She doesn't say a whole lot. She just makes a lot of evil faces.
Yeah. She looked like she has something to end with. No? You got everybody? You can
I think
relax.
that's enough. That's all we need to end with. Can you guys make that face?
Relax. Okay.
we'll see y'all next week.
Hold on. Which way is she facing? This way. Hold on.
Yeah.
Good.
She's
Oh,
all
you know what
You're
happens
ending
right here?
live.
You know what
I thought
happens
you were
right after
ending
that?
it.
You know
Oh.
what happens right here though is like, is this where they all like get away and then a couple people die? Because she like has a heart for Aunt Lydia. That might be what's happening right here. Is like she finally gets a chance to get away, and then has a heart for Aunt Lydia, and then a couple of her friends die. And God, the show is good, y'all. Because we're not talking the book right this second. I can talk about the show.
Yeah. I don't know. She's all teary eyed. She's pissed about something.
Does look like she's trying to be scolded. You know, it's so funny you mentioned that because this is exactly our mom's problem with her growing up. It was whenever Desiree would get into some shit and my mom would have to like scold her, Desiree would start making some fucking face that would make my mom piss her pants.
I would not. I would just smile at her.
Oh, yeah, you'd look at her and all of a sudden our mom would just cave and she'd start fucking cracking up. And I'm like,
And then you get more mad. Yeah.
fuck that bitch. Like,
I do the
I got
same,
yelled
Brie.
at. Why? Why does she get the giggles and the cute face and the, oh my God, I can't go on from you.
Listen, I do this to my teen girl. Like when she's mad at me, I just do some shit. She starts laughing. She tries to stay mad. She cannot.
Stay mad, y'all. Stay mad. I'm shocked.
Okay.
Shocked that this is what happened in my house growing up. I mean, honestly, I was tortured. Her mom was mad at me, but always laughed at her. I
That's
mean,
because you was a bitch. That's not my fault.
was not even
Well,
It's in
but
novel bitches
appropriate.
for you.
she's a lady now.
To you.
Yeah.
Have
So
you seen
she's
that
a
one?
lady bitch.
I mean, honestly, I've got the title and you don't. So
I don't need one. I'm not a lady. I'm not gonna spread lies.
We all know that. You don't need to explain.
No lies here.
we know what she spreads.
Not my legs.
Shenanigans.
My lips. These ones.
Mm-hmm. They're not sealed. So this is ridiculous, you guys. We obviously need to stop right here before we just lose everyone else who's paying attention to us.
Not many. Not many.
Not really. Anyway, so we're probably safe. The ones that do clearly just enjoy our company.
They love us. They really love us.
Well,
On that note,
see you bitches next week. while we finish up week 2, we're gonna finish up the first half of the
Chapters 18 to 32.
32. You stop after 32. Do not read 33.
Reach 33 and stop.
Reach.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, they're like some of these. They're literally
It's like
like
a
a page,
page.
right? They're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that was a chapter. Okay.
And there's like blank pages in between.
I think she wanted to be like, I'm gonna write like a 67 chapter book. Okay, well, when one page is a chapter, you cheater. But I probably would have done the same thing.
Right? What is the ending? Do we know?
Yeah, I wrote a book. It's like 135 chapters.
It's like in high school when you like do double space between words to get like it longer.
Oh
like,
my
just
god!
randomly.
Yes.
Double space there.
Oops! Accidentally double spaced at the beginning of the sentence. What?
Oh wait,
Oh, and I like to separate my.
was she on the phone with Pinoche?
Oh, Officer Harry P., are you making a special call as of right now?
Was that
If you guys hang tight, you'll see a video from yesterday. I'm gonna have her
Okay,
send it to you,
let's wait.
Tasha, so it doesn't come out grainy.
Oh, grainy. Okay. Sounds good to me. But since we were about to say goodbye, my whole body thought I was about to get a chance to pee.
Well, go pee now then.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and
Take a tingle.
you have to like?
I'm gonna send you some videos that I think should go along with our Harry P series on the Novel Bitches Tiki Talkies.
oh my god, there's a Harry P series now?
The Harry P. Hashtag Harry P.
Oh my god.
Or
First of all, you need to put some respect on it. Hashtag Officer
Oh, yeah.
Harry. P.
Officer Harry P. Yes,
There
yes,
you go.
that's what it's gonna be. Check it out, y'all. Tasha Tinkles. We did not get our bingo sent out, but just write it down, make a note somewhere. Tasha Tinkles.
It happened.
Rebecca, I'm sure that you've taken a lot of notes today. Tosh makes a dirty joke.
What?
She wants.
I still don't know. I still don't have a list of like. I'm still curious. I want one just to play along.
I
no.
thought about it because none of us created it. She did.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna want to win the prize. I want to play too.
Next time,
I feel singled out.
I want someone else to win.
I think it's better if we don't have a card because then we don't know what all the categories are. So it'll prevent us from like doing it on purpose.
That's
or trying not
true.
to do it. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she goes out of her way to just like not pee.
Right.
Right, she's got a whole
So we would all probably do
She's
that.
been live from the hospital with her bladder infection.
She went into her kidneys. She needs a kidney transplant.
Right. You shut her catheter. What do they call it? The, oh my god, my grandma had one in the hospital. It's the Airwick. Purewick. No, Airwick. Purewick. It's a Purewick.
Is
It's
that
like a vacuum for your
Some
Oh.
peso
Yes.
pills.
it looks like a little banana and you put it right there on your cooter pie and as you pee it sucks it into a tube.
you
We
know
used to call
what?
it the
Cat
pistol
bag?
vacuum. Huh?
A cat bag.
No, it's called Purewick.
So
It's
it's
a
melted.
That
Piss back.
sounds amazing.
I heard you mention the Airwick. So does it like just change the scent of your urine? Is that the purpose?
No.
Oh,
But so you don't have to get out of bed. I want that. That's the worst thing is when I go to lay down in bed at night and then I realize I have to pee.
I feel that way when I've watched a scary movie. I'm like, God, I kind of wish I had a catheter. Do I need to? No, because I go pee when I need to. It's
This
just
is what it is. Look.
often. Look,
So
that
you
was a
put
lot.
that
Like,
in front of your vajay,
Yeah, that goes in a June box.
and as you pee, it just sucks into that hose into a bag.
So this is like a Go Girl, but like electronic.
Yeah, it's so that you don't have to be on a catheter in the hospital and you don't have to worry about getting up to go to like a side bed,
I'm gonna need you to send me that listing.
right?
I think we
It's
all
a-
need
it's a
that for
female
bedtime.
External catheter.
Yeah, I have a Go Girl, and that sounds
This you don't even have to stop driving.
There you go.
No, not at all.
The go girl, you have to stop. You have to get out. You have to find somewhere to go. This way, you just keep driving.
Oh my goodness.
Did you get anything yet?
Let's see
That's going
here.
on my Amazon wish list.
Oh, I have a wonderful video from a gorgeous woman named Yvonne.
You have to stop driving.
Hold on, let me pause that.
A GoPro, you have to stop. You have to get out.
Stop that for a second, y'all, because giving ourselves more views. Hold up. Desiree.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Where's Claudia?
Wow, look at that badonkadonk.
Someone was coming down the street too fast. He said, "Hope Guardado."
Oh my goodness.
He knows how to line dance with the best of them. You know,
Wow.
he's there to have a good time.
I don't deny that at all. Wow.
My fourth was nothing comparable to that.
Hold on, I've got a second video for this.
Well, Pinoch might do security at the retreat if we need it, you know.
Oh, I hope. One can hope. Here we go.
Oh,
That's
I
from the
like
days
that
in Texas.
move.
Yeah.
You should have been doing some bachata.
And then he do like a little like little action.
Oh wow, little belly
Presley
squeeze.
loves him. Yeah.
Little belly squeeze. Oh, get down.
Oh.
Oh my
Get
God.
down on it.
I can't wait for my
Get
birthday.
down on it.
I cannot wait for my birthday.
I think you should request a birthday video from Pinoch right now.
I got called down for a noise disturbance. But I see you're rocking the Salinas. Feliz de Julio de Cuatro. Details in the Parasitos. I am here on patrol for fireworks safety.
For fireworks safety.
Oh yeah, I heard the little Texas come out a little bit there.
Well, there it is.
Wow. I'm just gonna go ahead and thank this hottie Yvonne for sending the best videos that I can keep in my personal spank bank.
Love it.
Well, you should have gotten an extra item in your June box.
Handcuffs.
Uh-huh.
And I love how Presley loves him. She is not embarrassed by him. She wants to be like his deputy. Like that's her homeboy. Yeah. I love it.
Little deputy.
You
in
know, honestly,
training.
family first. Let's stop.
Yeah. Train him young. Train him young.
Oh God, I'm done. And on that note, I think that Rebecca and I are putting our requests.
Yeah.
A birthday gram. Oh my God, if you could do birthday grams.
That's what I was. That's
Could you
exactly what I
order
was.
a birthday gram?
Birthday gram on the gram.
Down.
Birthday grams.
You need to let him know. Give him a heads up, baby. He doesn't know what those are.
Or Harry P.
He needs an agent, is what he needs.
Oh, man.
Anna,
Do you
you're
think
really
you
good
could be-
at this. I think you could do it.
You have gotten,
should be his agent.
most of our authors to come visit us. Desiree was in charge of June, but you have gotten the other ones on with us and have already set up future authors. I really do think you'd be an excellent agent for Officer HP.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'd have to see.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an
you know
update.
what? Thank you for that incredible idea, Rebecca. I do think that sending out birthday grams would be epic.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. Well, congratulations, Ashley, even though you were not on, for being our first bitch to show up and get this adorable keychain. You now have a key to the gates of Gilead. Congratulations.
Just where you want to be.
Just
Of
Right.
course.
Here it is.
That's
as
the
long as you
vacation
have
brochure.
English, it's your favorite place in the world.
That's on the front of the vacation brochure. Just where you want to be.
As long as you have a uterus and a
Pack your carry-on uterus with you.
Right.
yeah,
It's their passport.
Yeah, it's carried on.
You got a uterus? Well, come on down.
Who knows? Maybe next,
Right, that's right.
maybe
Yeah.
next week's keychain might say
Yeah.
that.
oh my goodness.
All
Oh,
inclusive trip with outfits paid for.
Outfits.
Yeah.
oh.
We even give you stylish sun hats. No thanks.
Oh yes, clothing allowance included. Skin protected from the sun.
Monthly checks to be sure you're healthy and right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Food
Yeah.
allergies, not a problem because you'll make your own shit anyway.
Free healthcare is always good.
Yeah.
There's a meal program.
Mm-hmm.
Ceremonies included.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah, monthly ritual ceremonies,
All inclusive.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
bath products.
She won't be on the brochure. JK, okay?
I don't think that we should listen to her Yelp review.
Yeah, JK.
Or is it called a Gelp in the Gilead? Gelp?
It's like when you go on vacation with Claudia, some shit always goes down. That's this bitch right here too. Yep. Been there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe we just need to make sure that Officer Harry P shows up and make sure that this lovely bitch behind you just stays in order.
It's okay.
Or away, because it might scare the tourists
Oh my god.
who end up getting stuck there
Done
for as
with you.
long as they have a uterus.
All right, guys.
Oh, good night, bitches. We will see you next week when we finish up the first half of the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale, The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. Thank you for jumping on, sticking around, and dealing with us as you always do. Hopefully next week will be just as exciting. Don't forget, next week is giveaway week, and Dominique's gotten something planned.
She is giving away a one-way ticket to Gilead.
Yay, nobody jump on.
So
Everyone's afraid to log in. They're like, I don't want to be first. I don't want to do it. They're calling each other. You on yet? No, you no.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna, first bitch on is not getting a ticket to Gilead.
They're all, please take me out of raffle. Thank you. Just here is a looky loo. Thanks.
Unfriend.
Oh my goodness, I'm done.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night, bitches.